what are you going to grow this year? Now, every year, I really like to ask you guys the same question. I asked you guys the same question last year, and I just asked some friends and family this year that I asked the question last year too. Just, what is your favorite plants to grow? Now, what's kind of interesting is some of them actually said something different, something that they're looking forward to growing differently this year. So, for an example, like with me, last year I really was hoping to grow a lot of peas and tomatoes. Now, that is my same game plan this year, but really, I have a lot more and possibly some plants that I really like to grow even more than those plants now. For an example, like strawberries and potatoes. A lot of other types of plants too, even peppers. So, today's video is going to be very interesting because I'm going to be showing you guys all around the garden and really talking about all sorts of different plants. So before we do go and start today's video, please subscribe, hit the notification on all so you not miss our video, and please like this video. Let's go and start today's video. Now, starting indoors. Indoors is one of the coolest places to really grow plants because it is so differently. Instead of growing stuff outside and just really all you have to do is get some potting soil, dump it in the pot, get a plant, put it in, water it every other day or every week, and that's all you have to do. Growing indoors is a lot more complicated, but pretty fun. And since I really started growing indoors, I really found a love for growing a lot of other different plants because they're so fascinating and so different with how each one grows and reacts to a different environment. Number one, strawberries have got to be my number one plant this year. Because number one, strawberry plants are so fascinating and so cool to grow. I gotta say, there are hundreds of plants that I do find fascinating to grow, but just for some reason, strawberries have just slowly risen to the top of my list, and it's number one this year. Let's go outside, and I really want to show you guys my biggest strawberry plants I have that I'm growing right now. And here are those plants. Now, actually today I was just examining these, and they're actually getting ready to flower. But check out the leaves. They look so cool. Now, really what I find fascinating about strawberries is really how they really grow. Because at the end of the day, well, I actually have talked about this a lot on videos, but I'm just going to kind of summarize stuff. Now, strawberries are one of those plants that does not produce strawberries or does not like to produce strawberries that first year. That first year is mainly just growth to the root structure and the leaves. In the second year, it finally starts to produce strawberries. Now, last year was basically the growing just year. I ended up planting them at the beginning of the season about this time last year, and they did really good last year. But now, the season's going to get very exciting because now they're finally starting to produce flowers. Now, the flowers haven't started blooming, but just recently, in just the last 48 hours, they've started to grow those flowers, getting ready to bloom. And very soon, there should be a lot of strawberries starting to grow. Hopefully, this upcoming next week. But really, at the end of the day, it is so fascinating to really watch strawberry plants grow. And it's so amazing to really see how they react to different environments. Because in some different environments, the colder environments, they still grow, but they don't produce those, well, flowers. But during those perfect environments where they really thrive, where it gets colder at night and pretty hot during the day, they really start to thrive, really start to just flourish all over. They just really, genuinely just thrive. And I do think that's so fascinating because really the last 3 days, I've really seen that. Because it was pretty cold here, then it started to get a little bit warmer, then we started getting those colder days again, and then all of a sudden in the last 4 days, we've really started to see spring start to roll in, and so do strawberry plants. These have grown so fast, especially the last 24 hours. I am so amazed, and they've really risen to the top of my list, especially the last 3 days. So that's one of my favorite plants. And also, just at the end of the day, some of the plants I really do love is herbs, because just each herb is different. Because number one, I do feel like out of any plant you could grow, vegetables, flowers, all of those. But I do feel like when it comes down to scent and kind of fragrance, herbs are definitely going to blow all of those out the door. Now, I'm not saying like vegetables and flowers don't smell good, because they smell fantastic. But I just feel like herbs really just add a huge plus to kind of the garden. So spearmint is something new I'm growing, but the leaves smell so incredible. I actually grew rosemary, and that was one of my favorite herbs I've ever grown. Lettuce is also really cool, but sadly it doesn't really have that great of a fragrance to it. Parsley has a fantastic fragrance, and cilantro has a very, very strong fragrance. Potatoes are kind of just a kind of area. They don't smell really the best, but they taste great. Lavender is one of those plants that's just really, really smells. It's actually one of the best fragrances, one of the most popular just all over. Blueberries are kind of the same, but the plants are more in the taste than in the fragrance. But at the end of the day, every plant is kind of different in what it's used for. But at the end of the day, these plants are very, very fantastic. And this is sadly the end of the video. So I really want to know, what are your favorite plants you're really just generally excited to grow this season? Some of your favorites, or just something new you're really, really excited to grow this upcoming season that just kind of stands out. I really love to know what you guys are hoping to grow. And yeah, this will be the end of the video. So please subscribe, hit the bell notification on all so you do not miss a video, and please like this video. Thank you all so incredibly much for supporting the channel, and I'll see you guys tomorrow when we post next. Peace.